All right, let's jump in. So welcome to the Board of Selectmen meeting for Wednesday, December 30th, 2020. We have one agenda item, one schedule item. It's called the Home Rule Petition Legislation regarding liquor licenses. As many residents know, we've been trying as a board to get additional beer and wine / liquor licenses as we're I'll let Mr. Montori discuss how many we have and how many we're asking the state for. We've been working with Senator Feingold on this for quite some time, and the matter has come to a head, hence the meeting. So, Mr. Montori, I'll kind of turn it over to you to explain the situation at hand, and then we'll open it up to the board for questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. A couple of years back, the board brought an article to town meeting seeking to increase the number of liquor licenses and beer and wine licenses that we have for pouring. We successfully passed an article to add 6 pouring licenses for all alcoholic and 2 pouring licenses for beer and wine. At the time we asked town meeting for approval, we had none available in the community, and there was some interest from different groups to locate establishments in the town, and we still have interest from different groups to locate establishments in town. So the legislation was filed. It got bogged down a little bit in committee. The chairman of the committee that oversees these type of home rule petitions wanted more specificity on where the liquor licenses were going to go, wanted to limit us to no more than 2 or 3 additional licenses. We had meetings and discussions on the issue, but then it kind of died off a bit once we hit the pandemic and focus went to other places. Well, as of recent, over the last last week or so, Senator Feingold's office resurrected the issue and is trying to get legislation passed the way we originally had proposed it. It's been brought forward and the committee is ready to move forward with approval, but the one thing that they want to do is adjust the number of all alcoholic pouring licenses from 6 to 5, and the reason for that is we have one available now that we didn't have available when we originally proposed this home rule petition. There doesn't seem to be any restrictions on the legislation, which is good. It's just that the amount of licenses would be reduced by 1. So based on that, and based on the need to move this forward and take advantage of this opportunity, I would recommend that the board vote to approve the home rule petition for 5 all alcoholic pouring licenses and 2 beer and wine licenses to move forward with the general court. And that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Montori. How about any questions from the board? Let's open up to the board.
Mr. Chairman, I just have one question.
Please.
Mr. Montori, I know that we have 1 liquor license available that wasn't available at the time. Where is that?
I think it must be they're counting Saffron Grill to
That's okay.
Their paperwork to renew their license. So my guess is that's what they're counting, because the ABCC is the one that gave the information to the committee. So I assume that's the one.
Okay, okay, so that'll still give us 6 if Saffron does come back, because we hadn't heard from them.
Right. So over the last couple of days, Saffron has come in.
Yep.
They will be filing paperwork for a new license, which they'll need to do. And they're actually thinking of a beer and wine license instead of a full liquor license now. So
okay.
The owner of Saffron was out of state. Once COVID hit and he had to shut down the restaurant, he had to leave and take work somewhere else. So they're working through that paperwork now, but it still would leave us enough licenses.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. I do want to also just publicly extend my gratitude to Senator Feingold's office because we have been working on this for some time. So I appreciate the efforts put forward, especially given that all the changes that are happening up at the State House right now to get this in under the wire for us, I think is helpful to our businesses, which are struggling. I see this as an economic win for us.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Stronach. Any other board members? Mr. Kratman?
Mr. Montori, how many, so what will they give this total? I know we have, I thought we had like a couple of beer and wine ones still available. But because I thought we had, didn't one company give theirs up that moved into another company?
I'd have to go back and check that, Mark.
Yeah, I think we have. I think they merged. I know we gave the one to the Main Street, and they took one, but I thought there was still one available. So we're going to have a total of how many available if this legislation passes? Available for new businesses?
So right now we have 30 all alcoholic pouring licenses and 5 beer and wine pouring licenses. So this will add 5 all alcoholic pouring licenses and 2 beer and wine pouring licenses.
And I know they've been talking, that hotel has been on hold up off of North Street, and there's other businesses that have been talking about coming to Tewksbury that may need additional licenses. The restaurant that we recently approved off of 133, and a couple of other businesses that have shown interest. So this is definitely very helpful. I don't want this to be a detriment to a restaurant or a business looking to come here. So thank you for your assistance and everybody's work on this.
Any other questions? Simply put, for me, this is long overdue. I think we need to get these locked and loaded in hand. So when this, when we can finally get some light at the end of the tunnel with this virus, hopefully, we'll have these in hand, and hopefully businesses will start to, come back, so to speak, to Mr. Kratman's point. So if there's no further questions for Mr. Montori, what is the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman,
Please.
I would like to make a motion to approve the home rule petition for the additional liquor licenses for the town of Tewksbury to be presented to the legislature. And
Second.
I don't know if do we need any specific language in this motion, Mr. Montori?
Yes, if you could just state that the number will be adjusted to 5 all alcoholic and 2 beer and wine.
Okay, and so Jane, if you don't mind, I'm just going to make a friendly amendment to that motion, that the motion include 5 all alcoholic and 2 beer and wine for additional to the licenses for the town.
Second is amended.
Okay, perfect. I have a motion. I have a second. Since this is a virtual meeting, we need to do a roll call vote. So, Ms. Stronach, how do you vote?
I vote aye. Thank you.
Ms. Wellman?
Aye.
Mr. Brian Dick?
Aye.
Mr. Kratman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. So that's unanimous. I think that's our only order of business. So with that being said, I look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I have a motion,
Second.
and I have a second by Ms.
Second.
Wellman. Roll call vote. Ms. Stronach?
Aye.
Ms. Wellman?
Aye.
Mr. Brian Dick?
Aye.
Mr. Kratman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
everyone. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you.